Let's do rapid fire NFL.
I'm ready.
And we should
Fire
say
away.
at 10 minutes to 3, there's not been one trade announced today. And we know annually that it's not much, but I really thought the New England Patriots, they always go out and grab one guy.
Yeah.
They made a couple of trades early in the year, but with their offensive line problems and they still got some cornerback issues, Bill Belichick had said the line's open. And, and I was a little surprised that the Broncos didn't reach out and maybe get, an offensive lineman from one of the bad teams. After last night, should Broncos be more or less worried about the Colts? And who will have the better game, Luck or Manning?
Who will have the better game? I think Peyton Manning will have the better game. And I think Peyton Manning will have the better game because A, he's comfortable now. B, they just got him a new weapon in Vernon Davis. And C, Andrew Luck has to throw against a really good secondary and go against a really good pass rush. So I think Peyton Manning is going to have the better game. I think the Broncos should be less worried about Indy than they were maybe 3 weeks ago because the Broncos are playing well.
After last night.
And after last night, Andrew Luck didn't impress me. He doesn't look right to me. There's no help around him. Less worried after last night. And the Colts are on a short week.
I would be less worried because they don't look very good to me. So I wouldn't be, last night they kept it close. They ended up losing. Next one. I've got my Pro Bowlers.
Name them.
Harris, Talib, Ward, Ware, Miller, Marshall, and Mathis.
Wait. Go slower.
Chris Harris Jr.,
Talib,
Ward,
3, TJ Ward,
DeMarcus Ware, Von Miller, Brandon Marshall, and one guy from the offense, Mathis.
7 guys. You're saying that if the Pro Bowl were selected today, or who's going to be there at the end of the year?
At the end of the year.
Okay, that changes mine then. On offense, I've got 2 guys. I've got Mathis, and I've got Demaryius Thomas, who I think is about to turn it on in a big, big way. Already started on Sunday night. I think he's going to be there at the end. Let's keep in mind, Demaryius Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders are the best tandem of wide receivers in the game right now as far as catches and yards. So even though Demaryius has dropped a lot of passes, he's still putting up semi-big numbers, not touchdown numbers, but some other numbers.
Okay, at this point, before you proceed, today, would you put Emmanuel in or Demaryius in?
Emmanuel before Demaryius.
Do you think Emmanuel has a chance?
I think he does.
He was the other guy I considered.
Yeah, I think he does.
But he's splitting so many numbers with Demaryius, and now with the other guys, I think it's going to be hard for either one of them to make it.
But the fact that the offense is playing better and Peyton is throwing the ball better and he's getting more time to throw, I think they're both going to continue putting up big numbers. And on defense, I've got 2 on offense. On defense, Von Miller and DeMarcus Ware, the 2 outside linebackers. Brandon Marshall is having a fabulous year. Talib and Chris Harris Jr. at corner. I would possibly go so far as to say that Darian Stewart has a chance, but I'm not going to put him there. I don't think he's got a big enough name, and sometimes it's the name that gets you in.
He kind of gets lost in his defense.
Yeah. And
Ward was my other guy.
Yeah, I'm not going T.J. Ward. I really like the toughness that T.J. Ward brings, but I just think he gets exposed every time he covers a running back or a tight end.
Wasn't he the defensive player of the month, though?
T.J. Ward?
Yeah. Well, either the week or the month.
I don't think the month.
The week.
Maybe the week. Yeah. So I've got 7. Only I've
well,
got
what
a little
about
bit
your
different
boy?
7. My boy?
Who's kind of got lost.
Sly Williams?
Yeah. Boys, he got lost. I'm not saying he's playing poorly. Nobody talks about him anymore.
Well,
it's almost like he's just settled in there and he's doing a job.
You know who neither one of us mentioned is Malik Jackson. Yeah. And who led him in tackles on Sunday? And who is considered one of the best against the run, Derek Wolfe. Now, he's not going to make it because he missed 4 games at the beginning of the year, and he's not getting sacks.
Would you given him the defensive player of the week for Sunday? This was the Broncos. This wasn't the league.
Yeah.
7 tackles, 1 for a loss.
He looks really good against the run.
But of all the guys that played on Sunday, you thought he was the best?
No, I don't. I would probably give it to Malik Jackson.
And I would give it to Derek Wolfe.
After Rodgers.
I would give it to Derek Wolfe. You're wrong. I'm going to tell you why you're wrong.
Okay.
He deserves a little love. He went there for 4 games. He had 7 tackles. Talib's been a player of the week. DeMarcus Ware has been a player of the week or month or whoever it is. Von Miller's, considered one of the 3 or 4 best players. He's way down the list on sacks, by the way.
Yeah.
But he's had a great year. I mean, you consider him a great year.
He's still pulling
Chris
double
Harris
teams.
Jr. is getting all this acclaim and attention and everything. T.J. Ward was a player of the week. Stewart had an interception in a game. Malik Jackson's had sacks and doing stuff. Shaq Barrett's was a player of the week.
A lot of accolades, yeah.
DeMarcus Ware we've talked about. Brandon Marshall. People are paying attention to Brandon Marshall.
Nobody talks about Danny Trevathan.
Danny Trevathan and Sly Williams was getting a lot of attention early in the year that it worked out for him. Derek Orton's got no love whatsoever, so why not give him a little love?
Why not? You know who else is playing really well, and we don't talk about him much either, is David Bruton.
He screwed up the other day, though. You see what he did?
Yeah.
When you go in after quarterback, you can't go to the head. He went to the neck.
Yeah.
You got to. That's the one time you got to stay within the firing lines. And that
if he would have stayed below
play.
the neck, it was a legal hit, but he went high on him.
Are you concerned about? They're still getting. They had 11 penalties in like a half.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned about it. I think they need to watch it a little bit. Like you, I don't mind the attitude, the swagger, whatever you want to call it, but the personal fouls have got to stop. It will come back to haunt him at some point.
I'm fine with it. I think it's that old Raiders mentality. I want people to be scared of me.
Yeah.
I want people to be scared of me.
Well, I'm scared of you.
Yeah.